Morning, everybody. It's March the 27th, and I thought I'd shoot a little quick video. Some things coming up here pretty soon. I've got some trail cameras that I've got to put out, but it's not about the trail cameras. This video is going to be about making boxes for trail cameras. Yeah, I did a video where I did Jared's 8-man, and of course I've got one that I'll show you here in just a minute that I want to put out, and I don't want to put it out without some sort of protection from bears. I've already had one camera damaged. Jared had one destroyed, and I've lost one up at deer camp. So just stay tuned, and I'll show you what the first steps are in making the box. So stay tuned. Okay, a few things. When you're getting ready to put a box, make a box for your trail camera, one thing you got to have, and I've got one here, let me get it, is a good sharp pencil. I like it a little bit sharper. A lot of times I'll sharpen it by a pocket knife. I want a lot of lead out there, and because what I do is, here's the 8-man camera. You all have seen the reviews of this and everything, but I put mine out up at camp last year with no box. Of course, we hadn't been putting anything in boxes up at camp. We didn't think too much about the bears messing with them. We know there's bears up there. Very seldom do you see them, but every camera we've put out has been somewhat messed with, damaged. Like here's Jared's. This is his Wild Game Innovation. And let me just get it off if I can. I think I fixed it to where it won't come out now, but I'll just show you. You can see right here the bear had actually ripped this door off. It broke the strap loop off, and I can't remember if it got the battery compartment opened or not. But it had chewed around on this thing. It actually, this dark cover over the PIR, it had popped it out. And I thought I could repair it. I was going to melt some plastic in here to fix this hinge so this hinge wouldn't come off easily. I was even going to try to fabricate something here to put his strap back on. Well, that didn't work, so the camera still works, but all the pictures now are kind of whiteouts. They're not good. So this is basically junk. But, I think we paid, these were on sale. We paid like $30, $35 for them. Great if you're going to put them out somewhere like that. You ain't got a lot of money invested in them or anything. So, we last year, Jared put out his 8-man up there. I put out my 8-man. Alvin put out 2 8-mans. Plus, I had my Wild Game Innovations. But this one got banged around on the tree. It didn't get tore up or nothing. It just got, a bear had moved it around the tree and stuff, so we know the bear messed with it. So I want to make a box, and I'm going to show you how I get started. Okay, one of the first things I'm going to do when I go to get started is I get a piece of yellow paper, and I lay the camera down, and I try to hold it where I want, and I try to go along where I know everything is at to mark out where everything is located. like the infrared sensors, where the lens is at. And there's a couple other little sensors that are in here somewhere. Right, there's one. Should be one right in there. There's the lens. And then I try to get where the PIR is located. And I know this is probably not the best way to do this. And I'll try to figure out where the top of the camera is. And I may have to do this 3 or 4 times. This is just a rough way to do it. Okay, and then once I got that down there, I'll try to figure where the camera is in relation to all this. And I'm doing this real, in a hurry. And I'll take my pencil and try to outline the camera. Okay. Like I said, this is just a rough way to do it. And there you go. There is roughly what the camera looks like. Now the PIR is a little off on this one because I was doing this in a real quickly. This ridge here is probably this upper ridge right here. So when I'm sitting here looking at it, I know that PIR is somewhere right in here. It's this spot here. Okay. And I know this is one side and this is the other side. And I'll take a ruler and try to measure up to see where it's at. But that's roughly how I do that. And then I figure out the size of my box, the width, the height. And eventually, this is what I end up with. Get this out of here. And you can see where I roughly shaded it and everything. And what that's for, if you'll look, there it goes. Now this is actually rough measurement 5 by 6 1/4, I think. 6 3/16. And that's the face of the box. Okay. Once I've got that template made, I also want to check to see, what's the depth of my box got to be. I already know this one's got to be about 3 1/4 inches. Now I can stand this up and measure 3 1/4 inches. I got to allow room for the strap and these humps right here, so this thing can go down in the box smoothly. But that's what you end up getting. Then, I'll show you here in just a second. I do apologize for the, the glare, but I've got a piece of 24 inch by 8 inch steel, 16 gauge, and I tried to use the white pen and that doesn't work, so I had to take a colored pencil and I lay this out and trace out everything. And then I take it and do the back. Now the back's not going to have nothing cut out, but I've got holes drilled or marked, and I've already center punched them. Okay, and that's going to be for 2 bolts. And then I know the sides, what they're going to be, how wide, how tall. I've marked, I don't know if you can see it here or not, on the sides. I don't have much room here on my bench. I have marked where the slots are going to be on this. And then I've got the bottom, which I don't know if you can see here. Let's see if I can get this in here this way. Here's my bottom already, and got it marked out. Then the rest of this steel here will be used to make the top, the front, and the rest of this steel here that's scrap will make the top box. It slides down over. It won't come any further than to the top of where the LEDs are. It'll come over top, and this will be the box that I can put the 8-man in to keep bears from tearing it up. And what's nice is, you know, this is specifically made. Now, that's it. It won't fit any other camera because the camera lens and the PIR, this is for the PIR right here, and you can see it's a little bit bigger. It's big enough for this to even protrude out of the box just a little bit. Okay, and trying to get it in the camera. The lens and these two, one of these is your dusk to dawn sensor, so you can have you know, color photos in the day, black and white at night using the LEDs. That's the reason why this is cut out this way. But like I said, this particular box will be made just for this 8-man camera. And there's probably, not unless you have another brand camera that's this size, that is somewhat set up this way, will it fit this box. This is specifically for 8-man. And this is how I do these boxes. I've got a metal bandsaw. I'll cut these out, and then once I get them all cut out, I'll dress up the edges and everything to get it ready for welding. Like I said, I'll get it all prepped ready for welding. And you've seen the box that I made for Jared a few years ago in the backyard. I have a stick welder. It's a Campbell, I think, and it's harder than heck to get a good weld, especially once you get the face and the 2 sides and the bottom on, getting that back plate in there and reaching in there with a welding rod, especially if you're using a new one. The short one's not too bad, but trying to get in there, get an arc, and get a weld stuff. And I'm not a welder. I'm not a welder. I had welding when I was in, it was called junior high school back when I was in school. I think now they call it middle school, but we had a shop class, and of course you went through doing mechanical drawings all the way up through welding and metal lathe and woodwork and everything. So I went Friday and bought, I've been wanting one of these for a long time, and I call it a MIG welder. It's not a MIG welder. It is a 125 amp flux wire welder. And this may be backwards the way I'm using a cell phone. So, but I bought that, and I'm going to be using it to weld this box together. I will have a build video once the weather warms up enough, not warms up, when the weather's nicer. I mean, today we got temperatures in the 20s, low 30s. It snowed yesterday. I don't have a garage or a workshop really to do this stuff. I don't want to bring it in here in my hobby room and have metal shavings, and I surely do not want to weld in here. So there'll be another video. But I just want to take you through the steps of making the template. And you can do this on any camera if you want to make your own box. And if you know anything about welding, or you're a novice like me, you've got a welder, you use trail cameras, and you would like to secure them, keep them from being damaged. I've had several boxes over the years. One friend of mine made one for me, and Jared and Alvin. And that box was great. It kept the bears from tearing it up, but it didn't prevent theft. Will my box prevent theft? You know, a thief they don't care. So it's a deterrent, but mainly this is for protection from bears, to keep them from chewing up your camera. Yeah, you can use the scent killer or whatever, scent eliminator, spray your camera, wear rubber gloves to go check your camera, but you just never know. So I build the boxes, and I wanted to share this video. The one box that I made for Jared, I kind of showed you the process, but yesterday, you know, we had rain, it was cold yesterday. I sat down and took my time, basically did this right here, cut it out, had the camera, and made sure that the camera fit what I was doing. And you can see that's a perfect fit. So that's the steps. Yeah, there was some measuring, so forth. I've got calipers, I've got these steel rulers, checking and double checking to make sure. And this time, in that video I did Jared's, when I went and cut this out, I had this taped to the steel, and I tore it off. So I had no other template. This one I will keep. This is the 8-man, trying to see if it's got a model number, H55. So that's what this is for, the H55. I know they got different models out there now. In fact, Alvin, he got one he thought was the H55, and it was a smaller one. It uses a micro SD card. This box won't work for it. So I just wanted to share this. I know it's been a little lengthy video, but that's the process of making a camera box. Just sit down, take your time, draw you out a sketch, cut it out with an X-Acto knife, and then check it for fit to the camera you're going to do, and measure. So stay tuned, there'll be more videos, and we're still waiting on this other video, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the woods.